First thing I want to say is my condolences to the wife of the police officer who was slain. I'm very sorry for your loss. I have lost people in my life, and I understand how terribly, horribly tragic that it is. And I'm sorry if you don't like what I have to say about what I think about the whole thing. But I have to say this, and I must go on. When the police cars here in Seattle were set on fire October the 22nd, somewhere around 5 a.m. allegedly, it was arson. In the news in the Seattle Times, the maintenance workers told the police that they saw a man walking through the parking lot, tall, with a thin build, wearing dark-colored clothing, and may or may not have been carrying a backpack. They don't know. But as they called to the man to talk to him, flames began erupting from the vehicles. Now they're saying that they were bombings. First, it was arson. Flames began erupting. But then, if you go to other news sources in other cities across the United States, they said witnesses heard explosions and saw flames 20 to 30 feet in the air. That is not what Seattle Times reported. They reported what the police told them. They hollered to the man to stop, and he began to run. And then flames began erupting from the vehicles. At no point in the news did it ever say how high the flames were or that there were explosions. But they did in other cities. In one city it said 2 police cars in a van. Now it's 3 police cars and a mobile police station. What's going on with you, news? Are you a part of this whole thing? You are purposefully making up all kinds of stories and telling people in all kinds of different cities, all kinds of different things, in order to confuse the people so that they don't know what really happened. Well, I can tell you that no one in Seattle reported bombings. No one was talking about explosions. No one. But now all of a sudden, the Seattle Times are reporting bombings. But they didn't report that on the 22nd, or the 23rd, or the 24th. But I think Chicago did. What's that all about? Why have we got other cities reporting things that Seattle's not reporting? And now we have some newspapers saying as of the 7th, no link between the arsons and the police shootings. That's from a police spokeswoman to a news source. We have story after story after story. And isn't it interesting that the man they choose to shoot in the head to say was the suspect in the killings, and that he ran and he had a gun? Don't they always? Don't the police always say they had a gun? And now he's allegedly got an apartment full of pipe bomb making materials. Interesting. They said pipe bomb materials are being found at the police maintenance yard. It went from an arson and flames erupting to explosions and pipe bombs. Nobody knows the truth because the truth isn't being told. The news is making up all kinds of stories, just like I said was going to happen. They were going to pick somebody. Isn't it interesting he's not black? Isn't it interesting he's not white? Isn't it interesting he's both? They were going to have to pick somebody. And isn't it interesting that he's going to college to learn how to stop government corruption? Why do we have colleges that teach about government corruption? Because we have government corruption. We have government going, what are you mad at us for? And we got police saying, what are you mad at us for? We got people sitting in prison that are innocent. Hurricane Carter fought and fought and fought to tell the truth about his story. What about the man that was found innocent and still sat in prison 10 more years? 10 more years after DNA proved he was innocent? What about people sitting on death row right now with DNA? And we won't test it. We said he doesn't have a constitutional right to test DNA. How much longer do we have to put up with a corrupt government that the news is involved in? How much longer do we have to do this? They created the recession. They created the Dust Bowl. They killed the Native Americans. They killed the Mexicans. They enslaved the blacks. They killed the Chinese, the Japanese, Hiroshima, World War I, World War II, Civil War, Revolutionary War, Spanish-American War, over and over and over and over. Where is this coming from? Well, I'll tell you where it's coming from. It's coming from people who don't love. It's coming from people who want to play Monopoly. It's coming from people who want to control other people. Read Barbarians at the Gate. That's the leveraged buyout of the Nabisco Company by R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company. Tobacco company causes cancer. Making plastic to package our food causes cancer. I know how to do a leverage to buy out of the United States of America. Follow me and there will be no more killings. There will be no more guns. There will be no more war. We will clean out the streams. We will go into every single house, every single container. We'll go into the underground. We'll go into the trees. We'll go into the bushes. And we'll find everybody. We'll find them all and we'll bring them all. And I'll create a wonderland where everybody is loved and nobody does without. I know how to take care of everybody, including the murderers and the violent people. I know how to do everything. My name is Sassy, and I'm here to help. God sent me. No more police brutality. No more brutalizing the police. We're going to take over their jobs. Nobody will hire them anymore. When me and you begin to love and stop kicking people out and stop saying hateful, ugly things to people and stop saying things like, I want to hurt you because you like what somebody else has to say, only then will things change. God sent me. Choose me to be your leader. I love to be.